he's not a new person to our club. We have worked with Siddarth when we did the project of NeoMotion, where we enabled and empowered differently abled people by providing battery operated wheelchair. We also displayed his machine in Singapore during the international conference. We got the project also inaugurated by the none other than the RI president. Now that was a start, but we never saw the face of Siddarth in this club. So when talking to Ravit, he said it would be a good idea to bring Siddarth. So one line introduction about him is, he is from IIT Madras, and we'll understand why he came into this project. But so they made a startup in the IIT Incubation Center. They have also gone ahead into a manufacturing mode as an industry. The recent highlight what I saw in the Facebook one poster, wherein he was with our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where his project is also on Chennai. So more about it, we'll hear from him. So over to you, Siddarth, for a brief introduction, and then maybe I'll ask some questions where some of us may not know more about you, and then it's up to you.
Sure. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much. Happy morning to everyone. My name is Siddarth Daga. I'm originally from Rajasthan. My family roots are from there, but I've been born and brought up in Chennai. I live in Ananagar. I completed my mechanical engineering from IIT Madras. As part of to answer the question, how we got into this field, as a final year engineering project, I'm sure some of you must be engineers. We were given one problem statement. So imagine I'm on a wheelchair. Who all can swim over here? Swimming. Who all can swim? Great. Now, when you want to swim, you will reach a swimming pool, you will get into the pool and you'll start swimming. But it's not as simple for a person on a wheelchair. Swimming is still possible for somebody who has polio, who has spinal cord injury, they can swim. But how do they get into the swimming pool itself is the first challenge. I am on a wheelchair, this is a swimming pool. Now either somebody has to pick me up, put me into the pool, or I have to get on the floor and then crawl and get into the pool. I have to carry my family member for this exercise, or if my family member is not coming, I have to ask one stranger to do all of this. So this was the problem statement that we were given, that how can you help a wheelchair user get into a pool with some sort of innovation. So we created one crane with one chair, like a mini crane. So from the wheelchair I transfer into the chair, and then this is then maneuvered into the swimming pool with a crane operator. And then I can swim, come back, and then finish, and then I come back outside and I get on my wheelchair again. So while we did this project, we got exposed to what are the challenges that wheelchair users face. I was just a college student that time. I am just thinking about, let's get placement, let's get job, let's get married, do all that. Yeah, that was the goal. So, but then this actually, we met a lot of wheelchair users because of this. We did most of our trials at the Villacheri government pool. But then we realized so many other things, like, just to come for the trials, they had to be like, if my father is not there, I can't come. My driver is not there, I can't come. And we're like, okay, even if your father is not there, you come, but we will help you. No, but in my house, somebody has to put me from the wheelchair into the car, somebody has to fold my wheelchair, put it into the car. So we understood that, okay, the swimming is a use case, but then daily they are facing so many challenges for the regular mobility. So then so that's what sort of got us into thinking as to how can we make a independent outdoor mobility solution for people who are on wheelchairs. So the solution is something like there is a wheelchair, it's a manual wheelchair, but then when I want to go out, imagine the front wheel of a scooter. You just bring that, clip it to the wheelchair, switch on the battery, and now your wheelchair becomes a 3-wheel scooter which can be used on the roads. I'm sure sir will share some videos about this as well. But the most important thing is that the solution allows a person on a wheelchair to independently go outside for education, for job, for recreation. I just want to get some fresh air, I want to go to a park, I want to go to a mall, I want to go watch a movie. For anything and everything, you don't have to think, are my parents there, is my brother free, is my sister free? You don't have to think about all these things. If you have the thought, you can go out anywhere, anytime, and that is what the solution does.
You remember, a couple of years back, we did a CSR project for a company called COVID in Chennai, wherein we gave them about 15 or 20 chairs, wheelchairs, and some of them got jobs with Zomato. So what is this understanding with Zomato that whoever buys a chair and gives it to them, Zomato is willing to give them a job, is that right?
Yes. So again, I'll just probably take 2 steps back to put this whole story. Because yes, I am an engineer, we are making a product. How did Zomato come all together in this space? We have all had breakfast, so nobody's thinking about Zomato right now. But then, so in fact, 50% of our customers today, I will say customers because they've actually bought the product themselves. There are persons with disabilities, persons with spinal cord injury, polio, who have actually purchased our product, and that's how we started the whole thing also. We are a for-profit organization, we run a business over here. But then obviously there are a lot of people, like organizations like TNDFC, there are so many other organizations like that, who are trying to support persons with disabilities who are financially, yes, they need that support. Now, again, when somebody is calling me and saying, sir, I need a NeoMotion wheelchair, but I don't have the funds, can you help me with sponsorship, can you help me with funding? So that got us thinking, see, the product has to be connected to livelihood. Today, even to buy a tomato, I can get EMI. Literally, I go to a shop, I want to buy 2 tomatoes also, I can immediately start one EMI payment for this. Now, at the end of the day, to bring complete dignity, to bring complete independence, when I say physical independence, also financial independence, you need to link the product to livelihood. I will buy a good laptop because with that laptop I can be more efficient. I will buy a car so that I can do my field visits. I will get this device because it will help me be more productive. That's what the wheelchair should become. A NeoMotion wheelchair should become a means of livelihood. Now to do this, we started thinking, okay, once the person gets mobility, what is the immediate thing that a person can start? And with mobility, we know people do newspaper deliveries, people do milk deliveries, people do delivery. So we thought, hey, the common thing is delivery because we are giving mobility to them. So delivery is something that anybody can start. And 99% everybody has a smartphone. Everybody has a basic smartphone. So if I have a smartphone and if I have mobility, I can do a delivery job. I went to Hindu. We actually did some brainstorming with Hindu newspaper. But the manager was very clear. Sir, my newspaper has to be delivered like ironed clothes. I cannot have somebody in the morning, my customer will not come out to take a newspaper. Because you are thinking about how can a wheelchair user deliver newspaper. So there are challenges over here. Then we realized, Zomato, Swiggy, right, we can do something like this. So then, just to add, so I became a Zomato delivery boy. Because first I need to know whether this will work or not. So this is during the second lockdown of COVID. I was just trying to see how does a person become a Zomato delivery boy? What is the process of doing this? Because our product does not have a license in the sense it doesn't come under the mandate of a license. But maybe Zomato delivery boy, you need to give RC of your bike, you need to give driving license. So I just wanted to understand how does this process work. So I register myself. 2-3 days later, this Zomato t-shirt and that bag, it comes to my house. My mother receives the courier. And this is second COVID lockdown. So I reach home and she's like, what is going on? If the startup is not working, you have your degree, get a job, or father, you can join your father's business. What is all this? Mother, don't worry, it's just a pilot, we're just doing some trials. So one Sunday, this is the second lockdown where delivery partners were allowed to go outside. Normal people were not allowed to go outside, but delivery partners could go outside for delivery work. So that day I wore my t-shirt, saw if nobody is there in my house, immediately left out on my wheelchair. I took my product, sat on it, registered, and then I get my first order. Now, what was I trying to see? Whether for a person on a wheelchair to do a delivery job, if the order is on the second floor, and sir very rightly said about accessibility. If there is no accessibility, how will I deliver the order to the second floor? So what I wanted to see, if the restaurant is willing to come outside and give me the parcel, number one. And then if I reach a customer's place and if there is no lift, will the person come down and give me the order? That day I did 11 deliveries.
Great.
On the wheelchair. I earned 460 rupees by doing those 11 deliveries. It took me 4.5 hours to do that work. I started at 12 and I ended at around 4 o'clock, 4:30. After that, anyways, I was not getting orders. Everybody is already done with lunch. But more importantly, every restaurant, like I remember Salem RR Biryani, their parcel point is outside only. I just stop my wheelchair, I tell my order number, I get my parcel. Similarly, I reach one customer's place, some 4th, 5th floor. Ma'am, can you please come downstairs? Why you come? No, just ring the doorbell. No, ma'am, I'm on a wheelchair. What do you mean you're on a wheelchair? No, ma'am, really, I'm on a wheelchair. If you come down, you'll actually see. So obviously they're hungry, they've ordered, they will come down. So they came down and I just detached the front part and kept it here and I was on the wheelchair only. And like, I'm very sorry I had to call you down, but please, I hope you understand. So she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I did not know. I did not know that this is something that happens. I took the order. One more person, he had ordered 2 milkshakes. So frozen bottle milkshake I took and he's like, hey, what is this? I want to know more. Can you please go offline and can you just discuss this with me for 10 minutes? He actually opened 1 milkshake bottle for me and for himself and then we had the milkshake. I am not making this up. I have photos, videos also to show. So he understood. So then I actually told him, I got up from the wheelchair also. And then I told him, so I am a mechanical engineer. This is a pilot that we are doing. We are seeing if persons on wheelchairs can actually do delivery jobs as a source of income. And today I am doing that basically for this. And so my question to him was, so next time if somebody calls you and tells you that I am on a wheelchair, will you come down? So he's like, absolutely. I mean, there's no reason why I will not come down. You just think of some other things like maybe, there's an elderly person who has ordered who can't come down, or if there's a pregnant lady who's alone who can't come down. Think of these things, but otherwise I don't think why this should not work, right? So that's how then I wrote an email to Miss Anjali Kumar. She's the sustainability head of Zomato. I got her email ID through LinkedIn. I wrote a message to her. I sent some pictures of my delivery stint that I did, and she was like, "What is this? What is this? What all have you been doing without our notice?" Like, yeah, I forgot to add one thing. How I was able to register myself is because Zomato also has a cycle delivery option. So I actually registered under the cycle category. That's how I was able to get into the system. And then I told her about all of this and she's like, hey, this is very interesting. I mean, I think we should scale this. There's no reason why this should not be scaled to across the country, and that's how it's
One of the high-rise building where I went to meet a friend, when I was going there, somebody came with a Zomato guy came with this NeoMotion. The moment I saw NeoMotion, my interest went up. So I went and asked him, what do you do? How do you do? He says sometimes they are able to go in the lift as well.
Yeah,
so they do, if there is an access, they do that. And I asked him general question, are you happy about it? He was almost moist. He said, I was staying at home and nobody used to respect me. Today I have a job. I go on my own. Nobody helps me at home. I take the wheelchair at home. I'm using the wheelchair. Outside I plug it. I go. So people now respect me that I am also contributing to the whole. When that person said, I had my friend and other people standing, they all felt stunned actually. Then I told them, look, through Rotary we are connected with this company and doing it. Then I did my own thing to tell. But that was a moment of realization that people have really been empowered. Whether you call it enable, empower, whatever, and they don't want sympathy. I could see from his eyes that sympathy, Tamil he was saying, பாவம் சொல்லிட்டு எனக்கு ஒரு பிரயோஜனம் கிடையாது பாவம் யாராவது ஒரு 10 ரூபாய் கொடுத்தாங்க அன்னைக்காச்சு but what do I do for future? So I think that was, you have touched the hearts and the lives of people through this. But my question is, I'm also conscious of time, but my question is, what is the biggest challenge you face as a company? Because one is, it's a profit earning company, because otherwise you can't run a business.
Correct.
What is your biggest challenge in scaling up this business?
Absolutely. Like exactly, and again, I already have told sir, I definitely invite you all to our factory. We are a for-profit organization. We want to run a sustainable enterprise. So yes, my invitation is always there. Very frankly, sir, like I said, 50% of our customers today are paid users. We want this 50% to become 100%. We want every person with disability to own our product. Now, to facilitate that, yes, one means is something like this, where we are linking the product to livelihood. Zomato, yes, it has worked well. We have also finished 1 year pilot with Amazon, and we are also starting with Flipkart. Because now everybody wants a piece of this. Like, yes, I want to be diverse, I want to be inclusive. So today we have close to 600 people who are working for Zomato. Wow. And this is across, I would say, 20 cities in India. We have totally generated around 9 crores of income. Like all these Zomato delivery partners together have earned 9 crores of income. Very good. Zomato actually gives them double the pay as compared to a normal delivery partner. Now why
would
this?
they do that? Why do they give higher pay?
I will explain that also.
Normally people pay less.
Yeah.
If you are even gender disparity and also disabled people, they pay less. Why do Zomato give more?
So Zomato, see now, out of these 600 people, definitely all are locomotor disabled, right? They can't work for 7-8 hours a day like a able-bodied person. They have their physical limitations. So taking that into consideration, and this Zomato did not do immediately. It is an initiative where they double the pay almost 1 year back only. So the project has been almost 3.5 years. The thing is that even if you are able to work for 4 or 5 hours in a day, you are able to earn at least that 700-800 rupees. So that monthly you are able to earn at least 30,000.
But tell me, one problem. I mean, Rotary, it's a voluntary organization, and we as members whom we find here, they do charity. But to scale it up, what we do is we connect with companies for CSR, and we also mobilize people. But the biggest challenge we face, in fact, my question also to Sir, Mr. Dr. Ponusami also, and to you, sir, we genuinely find it difficult to get credible beneficiaries. Disabled people, we want to give wheelchairs. Last time, where do you find people to give? So, when there are so many people who are disabled, why is it we don't get credible beneficiaries when we want them? Kind of machine which is all they need.
So, the way how we identify beneficiaries is through 3 means. I would broadly say 3 ways. One is definitely through on-ground NGOs. I would say in the entire country, I think Tamil Nadu has the most, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, I would say, has the strongest NGO network in this state. So, like the fact that it is distributed across districts and blocks, like so that they are actually going deep into the pockets. If you go in the north, you speak to 4 NGOs. If you get 4 beneficiary lists from them, there will be at least 30% of overlap of beneficiaries amongst the 4 NGOs. So number 1 is NGO Connect for sure. Second is government. We ensure that we are working closely with the government bodies also. See, government provides disability pension. Because they provide disability pension, all the data is computerized in their system. I can actually give them specifications like this. I want locomotor disability, 70% above disability, age of 25 to 40 range in this district, and literally they just have to put these options in the screen. In 30 seconds, the entire 1,000 people list will come out. So definitely government is a very important source of identifying grassroots beneficiaries and with certain specifications, because certain projects are modeled according to this. And the third, I would say, in the last 6-7 years of our existence, I think we ourselves have created our own database. I have at least 1,500 people in my own database. Very good. Who I have identified as need is established, financial is bottleneck. So like this, we are able to identify the beneficiaries.
My last question, I don't know, are we out of time? Yeah. So my last question for myself, until I think something else, is you have been interacting with Rotary now, with 3 of our clubs both in Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi. Now, what do you think Rotary should do to collaborate more? How can we help to scale it up? What do you think we should be doing more?
Perfect. So before that, I'll just explain one model of project what we have recently done. I think in which actually organizations like Rotary actually play a major role. So because now we have been able to link the project to livelihood. Now it's not absolutely necessary to completely fund a product to a beneficiary. We just finished one project. It was supported by HT Parekh Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of HDFC Bank. And just to tell you, HT Parekh Foundation has supported us right from the R&D days. They supported our R&D of the product. Then when we told them that we have linked with Zomato, then they're like, oh, we will pilot this model in 4 cities. So Pondicherry, Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai. They said, let's pilot this with 50 beneficiaries and let's see what is the result out of this. And yes, at least from the success of the 50, then they scaled it to another 4 cities. This time Chandigarh, Amritsar, Pune, Coimbatore, and again Mumbai. Now they were like, yes, now we have proven that person on a wheelchair can do delivery jobs. Now, how can we further scale this model and make it financially sustainable? So what we did recently, this was done in West Bengal, Odisha, Bihar and Jharkhand. The CSR fund is used only for 50% of the amount. And the remaining 50%, we process a loan for the beneficiary. Obviously, they can't upfront pay 50%. I mean, upfront if somebody is able to pay 50%, then they might have the funds to pay the entire amount. But obviously, these are people who can't pay. When I say 50%, it's approximately 60,000 rupees. So, person might not be able to pay 60,000 rupees upfront. So, then we facilitate a loan for them. We facilitated this loan through Bajaj Finserv, who is our NBFC partner. And we have also partnered with one website called Rangde. Rangde is a P2P lending platform. With this, we just recently finished our entire 50 beneficiary count, where we first of all motivated the beneficiaries that yes, everybody sort of wants it completely free of cost. But we were like, see, we are going to facilitate a job for you. You will be working, we will facilitate a job for you. You will be able to earn 25 to 30,000 rupees a month. So 50% we will process a loan, 50% against that I will give you a grant from an organization. And with this we were able to do 50. Now what is the catch from this? What do we learn from this? Number one, it's not necessary to do 100% philanthropy. So for the same budget, say if I have 10 lakhs, I can actually, instead of supporting 10, I can support 20, right? That's one thing. So you're automatically doubling the impact. Second, it becomes financially sustainable. Now within the community itself, the news has spread. You know what? Even if I get a loan, with the earnings that I'm getting, 6 months itself, I will go into profit. Because that loan I'm going to repay back in 6 months itself. So after that, many people wait 1 year, 2 years, 3 years waiting for sponsorship. So that's what we told them. See, you don't have to wait all of that. You can get a loan today, start working and repay the loan, and then from there onwards it's all profit. And most importantly, dignified.
Yeah,
you are not asking somebody for help. Please give me something. You are doing this on your own. This is built to you. You are the owner of this product. You have paid for this product. That's one thing. So now, because Zomato or something like Amazon and all, they are there in thousands of cities. Today, Zomato is present in 850 cities in India. So imagine that 850 cities, I'm sure all 850 cities will have a Rotary club, right? So every city we can pilot this model with the help of an organization like Rotary, because you have that reach, Zomato has that reach, and we will be able to implement this.
But do you have a service capability for that sort of
yeah. That's a good question, yes. So,
remember when we sent a machine to Sri Lanka, you did a very good job of instructing them online.
Correct. Exactly. So, that's what we did initially. And that I think because of a lot of mentors, I would say we got some good guidance on the earlier days. We were also thinking we need to invest in setting up service centers. But they were like, see, you're a bootstrap company. We are a bootstrap company. We run through an overdraft loan with Indian Bank. So, setting up service centers is an expensive proposition for us. So what we did with every product, we send a toolkit. So you at least have the right tools with you. Now if something goes wrong, send a video on our customer care WhatsApp number. This is something wrong on my wheelchair. We will send you a video on how to fix that problem. You already have the tools with you. You fix the problem yourself.
So I'll give this example. We sent one machine to Sri Lanka. Similarly, it was sponsored and sent. And when the machine went there, the key was lost. And they couldn't use it. So then somebody had to guide from here and say that what sort of key it is. And we got it done there. And then the machine was, when we were able to inaugurate it in a project.
Because it's very often, see, India is a very distributed country, right? It's a large country in the sense that people live in deep pockets. See, I can set up 10 service centers in Tamil Nadu. Still, I will have one customer who's at least 100 kilometers.
Now, can you give an example of the biggest CSR project? Like Indian Oil wasn't the biggest, 600.
No. So the biggest project, largest support we got was from Hyundai Mobis, where they funded 500 beneficiaries, 500 wheelchairs they had supported.
In Chennai?
No, this was across. So this was Tamil Nadu, Delhi NCR, Mumbai and Hyderabad. In fact, I think close to 60-70 beneficiaries were from TNDFC for that project.
It's a CSR.
It was a CSR fund from Hyundai.
In fact, if you know some corporates, we can connect with those corporates as the implementation partner. Let them do their manufacture of cars and bikes on that. That's their main focus. We can help them do the implementation of these CSR projects. Okay. So final word from you. We are short on time as well.
No, absolutely.
One question.
Yeah.
So we are focusing more on now on Zomato.
Yeah.
So Zomato delivery guy will come with load.
Yes.
So how much of load can this machine now?
Oh yeah. So the machine is for 110 kgs of load. So we have, for the Zomato delivery work itself, we created another rack behind on which you can actually keep the Zomato bag. I'll share some pictures with sir as well so that he can share it with you. And then the bag is there behind him. They don't need to carry it on their shoulders. They just have to take out the parcel from behind.
So I sent a link today to the group.
Yeah.
And I will
So the 110 kg of load it can. So
Yeah.
I just want to link to what Sir said, right?
Yeah.
So that cart man.
Yeah.
So there's some disability person is there, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily can be an Zomato guy.
Mhm.
He can plug that cart into this thing. He
Yes.
can go to the place and then he can do
In
it.
fact, we have actually made a cart also. We call the product Neo Cart, which is on wheels. That is for 45 kgs of load. See, now the problem was that Zomato is there in urban areas. What about rural? Which sir is also trying to solve. So rural, what will you do? So we created a cart which can carry 45 kgs of load. One of the projects that we are going to pilot is, I'm sure all of you would have traveled by train. So say you're hungry and one station comes. What do? You get off, you buy in Andhra belt. If you're crossing, you'll buy idli vada, you'll buy biryani, egg biryani, something. So in that cart, we can actually put in 115 odd packets of that standard size of biryani, egg biryani. So imagine this person will get it, some cloud kitchen, he gets the packets on the cart, then on the wheelchair, he reaches the platform, detaches the front part, detaches the cart, brings the cart here, opens the cart, train keeps coming, 70 rupees, 70 rupees, 70 rupees like this.
Already somebody wants to set up some charge.
Yes,
So
they can do
They
whatever.
can take it to their the nearest place. Suppose they want to go to Marina Beach, they can set it up.
They can send
and
us.
then go back.
Exactly. I'll just add here one more thing, and actually then better to take questions. So yes, while we have started, see, it's not my goal to make everybody a delivery partner. No, that is not our objective. It is just that yes, for that person who was sitting today at home for so many years, he starts going out, he starts earning his first source of income. And I'm telling you, people are earning 30, 40. There's one person in Guwahati, he earned 44,000 rupees during the Diwali month in October. This is a way to get your first source of income, which you can then reinvest on some other things. In Chennai itself, Ambatur Ganesh Murugan is there. Now he himself, see, when he was doing deliveries, he found out of 10 deliveries, 8 deliveries is biryani only. So now with his wife cooks, he makes packets of biryani. He's made a flyer. He's made one flyer. I don't know the name. The menu card is there. In his 5-kilometer radius in Ambatur, there are some office places and all that. He has put those flyers there. He does direct deliveries now to them, not through Zomato. He gets direct orders and he delivers. And most importantly, in his flyer, he has a picture of him on the wheelchair where he puts delivery by person on wheelchair. So maybe like a marketing also, but who knows?
So, from Rotary, our club perspective, one good news which I want to share with the club is we have got a tentative confirmation from one of the corporates for a CSR project, and we want to work with you. We would also like to work with TNDFTC because we need to identify beneficiaries. So on the details, once the confirmation comes, we will start disclosing what it is. And we would like to work with you all as we go forward. We also share more information. But it's wonderful to listen to your personal story and the way in which the company has actually progressed to enable the lives of differently abled and also what you call it as livelihood on wheels.
Yeah, we call it livelihood on wheels. Yes.
So thank you very much for your time.
Wishing you all the best.
I've got some.
I'll send the digital literature.
Want to collect today, sir?
On the, yeah.
I've got some brochures.
When you get back, when you get back.
He is a very big philanthropist.
Yeah, that is right.
He is very good. Yeah.
And we also need to do room for prospective member.
You do that first and then.
Then we can do that. Or finish our.
Take 5 minutes.